The Project Gutenberg ebook of Language of Flowers. This ebook is for the use of anyone anywhere in the United States and most other parts of the world at no cost and with almost no restrictions whatsoever. You may copy it, give it away or reuse it under the terms of the Project Gutenberg license included with this ebook or online at www.gutenberg.org. If you are not located in the United States, you will have to check the laws of the country where you are located before using this ebook. Title: Language of Flowers. Author: Kate Greenaway. Release date: March 10, 2010. Ebook number 31591. Most recently updated January 13, 2021. Language: English. Start of the Project Gutenberg ebook Language of Flowers. E-text prepared by Chuck Grief from page. Images generously made available by Internet Archive. http://www.archive.org. Note: images of the original pages are available through Internet Archive. See http://www.archive.org/details/language of flower 00 GRE. Please click on the images to view them full-sized. Language of Flowers. Abecedae volatility. Abatina fickleness. Acacia friendship. Acacia, rose, or white elegance. Acacia, yellow secret love. Acanthus, the fine arts. Artifice. Achillea temperance. Achillea millifolia war. Aconite, wolf's bane, misanthropy. Aconite, crowfoot luster. Adonis, floss painful recollections. African marigold vulgar minds. Agnes castus coldness. Indifference. Agrimony thankfulness. Gratitude. Almond, common, stupidity. Indiscretion. Almond, flowering, hope. Almond, laurel perfidy allspice compassion. Aloe grief. Religious superstition. Althea frutex, Syrian mallow, persuasion. Alyssum, sweet, worth beyond beauty. Amaranth, globe, immortality. Unfading love. Amaranth, coxcomb, foppery. Affectation. Amaryllis pride. Timidity. Splendid beauty. Ambrosia love returned. American cowslip divine beauty. American elm patriotism. American linden matrimony. American starwort welcome to a stranger. Cheerfulness in old age. Amethyst admiration. Anemone, zephyr flower, sickness. Expectation. Anemone, garden, forsaken. Angelica inspiration. Angrec royalty. Apple temptation. Apple, blossom, preference. Fame speaks him great and good. Apple, thorn deceitful charms. Apocynum, dog's vein, deceit. Arbor vitae unchanging friendship. Live for me. Arum, wake robin, ardor. Ash leaf trumpet flower separation. Ash tree grandeur. Aspen tree lamentation. Aster, China, variety. Afterthought. Asphodel, my regrets follow you to the grave. Auricula painting. Auricula, scarlet avarice. Austertium splendor. Azalea temperance. Bachelor's button celibacy. Balm sympathy. Balm, gentle pleasantry. Balm of Gilead cure. Relief. Balsam, red touch me not. Impatient resolves. Balsam, yellow impatience. Barberry sourness of temper. Barberry tree sharpness. Basil hatred. Bay leaf I change but in death. Bay, rose, rhododendron danger. Beware. Bay tree glory. Bay wreath reward of merit. Bearded crepes protection. Beech tree prosperity. B. Orchis industry. B. Ophrys error. Belladonna silence bellflower, pyramidal constancy. Bellflower, small white, gratitude. Belvedere I declare against you. Betterny surprise. Bilberry treachery. Bindweed, great insinuation. Bindweed, small humility. Birch meekness. Bird's foot trefoil revenge. Bittersweet, nightshade truth. Black poplar courage. Blackthorn difficulty. Bladder nut tree frivolity. Amusement. Bluebottle, centauri, delicacy. Bluebell constancy. Blue-flowered Greek valerian rupture. Burris henricus goodness. Borage bluntness. Box tree stoicism. Bramble lowliness. Envy. Remorse. Branch of currants you please all. Branch of thorns severity. Rigor. Bridal rose happy love. Broom humility. Neatness. Buckbean calm repose. Bud of white rose heart ignorant of love. Bugloss falsehood. Bulrush indiscretion. Docility. Bundle of reeds, with their panicles music. Burdock importunity. Touch me not. Buttercup, kingcup, ingratitude. Childishness. Butterfly orchis gaiety. Butterfly weed let me go. Cabbage profit. Cockalia adulation. Cactus warmth. Calla Ethiopica magnificent beauty. Calacanthus benevolence. Camellia japonica, red unpretending excellence. Camellia japonica, white perfected loveliness. Chamomile energy in adversity. Canary grass perseverance. Candy tuft indifference. Canterbury bell acknowledgement. Cape jasmine I am too happy. Cardamine paternal error. Carnation, deep red alas. For my poor heart. Carnation, striped refusal. Carnation, yellow disdain. Cardinal flower distinction. Catch fly snare. Catch fly, red youthful love. Catch fly, white betrayed. Cedar strength. Cedar of Lebanon incorruptible. Cedar leaf I live for thee. Celandine, lesser, joys to come. Serious, creeping, modest genius. Centauri delicacy. Champignon suspicion. Checkered fritillary persecution. Cherry tree good education. Cherry tree, white deception. Chestnut tree do me justice. Luxury. Chickweed rendezvous. Chicory frugality. China aster variety. China aster, double I partake your sentiments. China aster, single I will think of it. China or Indian pink aversion. China rose beauty always new. Chinese chrysanthemum cheerfulness under adversity. Christmas rose relieve my anxiety. Chrysanthemum, reedy love. Chrysanthemum, white truth. Chrysanthemum, yellow slighted love. Cinquefoil maternal affection. Circe aspel. Cistus, or rock rose popular favor. Cistus, gum I shall die tomorrow. Citronil natured beauty. Clematis mental beauty. Clematis, evergreen poverty. Clotbur rudeness. Pertinacity. Cloves dignity. Clover, four-leaved be mine. Clover, red industry. Clover, white think of me. Cobia gossip. Coxcomb amaranth foppery. Affectation. Singularity. Colchicum, or meadow saffron my best days are past. Coltsfoot justice shall be done. Columbine folly. Columbine, purple resolved to win. Columbine, red anxious and trembling. Convolvulus bonds. Convolvulus, blue, minor, repose. Night. Convolvulus, major extinguished hopes. Convolvulus, pink worth sustained by judicious and tender affection. Corchorus impatient of absence. Coreopsis always cheerful. Coreopsis arcanza love at first sight. Coriander hidden worth. Corn riches. Corn, broken quarrel. Corn straw agreement. Corn bottle delicacy. Corn cockle gentility. Cornel tree duration. Coronella success crown your wishes. Cowslip pensiveness. Winning grace. Cowslip, American divine beauty. You are my divinity. Cranberry cure for heartache. Creeping serious horror. Cress stability. Power. Crocus abuse not. Crocus, spring youthful gladness. Crocus, saffron mirth. Crown imperial majesty. Power. Crowsbill envy. Crowfoot ingratitude. Crowfoot, aconite leaved, luster. Cuckoo plant ardor. Cudweed, American unceasing remembrance. Currant thy frown will kill me. Cuscuta meanness. Cyclamen diffidence. Cypress death. Mourning. Daffodil regard. Dahlia instability. Daisy innocence. Daisy, garden I share your sentiments Daisy, Michaelmas farewell. Daisy, party-colored beauty. Daisy, wild I will think of it. Damask rose brilliant complexion. Dandelion rustic oracle. Daphne odor painting the lily. Darnel, ray grass, vice dead leaves sadness. Dew plant a serenade. Dittany of Crete birth. Dittany of Crete, white passion. Doc patience. Daughter of time baseness. Dog's bane deceit. Falsehood. Dogwood durability. Dragon plant snare. Dragonert horror. Dried flax utility. Ebony tree blackness. Eglantine, sweetbriar, poetry. I wound to heal. Elder zealousness. Elm dignity. Enchanter's nightshade witchcraft. Sorcery. Endive frugality. Eupatorium delay. Ever-flowering candy tuft indifference. Evergreen clematis poverty. Evergreen thorn solace in adversity. Everlasting never-ceasing remembrance. Everlasting lasting pleasure. Fen el worthy all praise. Strength. Fern fascination. Ficoides, ice plant your looks freeze me. Fig argument. Fig marigold idleness. Fig tree prolific. Filbert reconciliation. Fir time. Fir tree elevation. Flax domestic industry. Fate. I feel your kindness. Flax-leaved Goldilocks tardiness. Fleur-de-lis flame. I burn. Fleur-de-lis fire. Flowering fern reverie. Flowering reed confidence in heaven. Flower of an hour delicate beauty. Fly orchesarer. Fly trap deceit. Fool's parsley silliness. Forget me not true love. Forget me not. Foxglove insincerity. Foxtail grass sporting. French honeysuckle rustic beauty. French marigold jealousy. French willow bravery and humanity. Frog offerus disgust. Fuller's teasel misanthropy. Fumitory spleen. Fuchsia, scarlet taste. Garden anemone forsaken. Garden chervil sincerity. Garden daisy I partake your sentiments. Garden marigold uneasiness. Garden ranunculus you are rich in attractions. Garden sage esteem. Garland of roses reward of virtue. Germander Speedwell Facility. Geranium, dark melancholy. Geranium, ivy bridal favor. Geranium, lemon unexpected meeting. Geranium, nutmeg expected meeting. Geranium, O cleaved true friendship. Geranium, penciled ingenuity. Geranium, rose-scented preference. Geranium, scarlet contorting. Stupidity. Geranium, silver-leaved recall. Geranium, wild steadfast piety. Gillyflower bonds of affection. Glory flower glorious beauty. Goat's rue reason. Goldenrod precaution. Gooseberry anticipation. Gourd extent. Bulk. Grape, wild charity. Grass submission. Utility. Gelder rose winter. Age. Handflower tree warning. Harebell submission. Grief. Hawkweed quick-sightedness. Hawthorn hope. Hazel reconciliation. Heath solitude. Helenium tears. Heliotrope devotion. Faithfulness. Hellebore scandal. Calumny. Helmet flower, monkshood, nitarentry. Hemlock you will be my death. Hemp fate. Henbane imperfection. Hepatica confidence. Hibiscus delicate beauty. Holly foresight. Holly herb enchantment. Hollyhock ambition. Fecundity. Honesty. Fascination. Honey flower love sweet and secret. Honeysuckle generous and devoted affection. Honeysuckle coral the color of my fate. Honeysuckle, French, rustic beauty. Hop injustice. Hornbeam ornament. Horse chestnut luxury. Hortensia you are cold. Houseleek vivacity. Domestic industry. Houstonia content. Hoya sculpture. Humble plant despondency. Hundred-leaved rose dignity of mind. Hyacinth sport. Game. Play. Hyacinth, white unobtrusive loveliness. Hydrangea a boaster. Heartlessness. Hyssop cleanliness. Iceland moss health. Ice plant your looks freeze me. Imperial Montague power. Indian cress warlike trophy. Indian jasmine, ipomoi, attachment. Indian pink, double, always lovely. Indian plum privation. Iris message. Iris, German flame. Ivy fidelity. Marriage. Ivy, sprig of, with tendrils assiduous to please. Jacob's ladder come down. Japan rose beauty is your only attraction. Jasmine amiability. Jasmine, Cape transport of joy. Jasmine, Carolina separation. Jasmine, Indian I attach myself to you. Jasmine, Spanish sensuality. Jasmine, yellow grace and elegance. Jonquil I desire a return of affection. Judas tree unbelief. Betrayal. Juniper succor. Protection. Justitia the perfection of female loveliness. Candia mental beauty. Kingcups desire of riches. Laburnum forsaken. Pensive beauty. Lady's slipper capricious beauty. Win me and wear me. Lagerstramia, Indian eloquence. Lantana rigor. Larch audacity. Boldness. Larkspur lightness. Levity. Larkspur, pink fickleness. Larkspur, purple haughtiness. Laurel glory. Laurel, common, in flower perfidy. Laurel, ground perseverance. Laurel, mountain ambition. Laurel-leaved magnolia dignity. Laurestina a token. I die if neglected. Lavender distrust. Leaves, dead, melancholy. Lemon zest. Lemon blossoms fidelity in lore. Lettuce a cold-heartedness. Lichen dejection. Solitude. Lilac, field humility. Lilac, purple first emotions of love. Lilac, white youthful innocence. Lily, day coquetry. Lily, imperial majesty. Lily, white purity. Sweetness. Lily, yellow falsehood. Gaiety. Lily of the valley return of happiness. Linden or lime trees conjugal love. Lint I feel my obligations. Live oak liberty. Liverwort confidence. Licorice, wild I declare against you. Lobelia malevolence. Locust tree elegance. Locust tree, green, affection beyond the grave. London pride frivolity. Low tree concord. Lotus eloquence. Lotus flower estranged love. Lotus leaf recantation. Love in a mist perplexity. Love lies bleeding hopeless, not heartless. Lucerne life. Lupin voraciousness. Imagination. Madder calumny. Magnolia love of nature. Magnolia, swamp perseverance. Mallow mildness. Mallow, marsh beneficence. Mallow, Syrian consumed by love. Mallow, Venetian delicate beauty. Manchineel tree falsehood. Mandrake horror. Maple reserve. Marigold grief. Marigold, African vulgar minds. Marigold, French jealousy. Marigold, prophetic prediction. Marigold and cypress despair. Marjoram blushes. Marvel of Peru timidity. Meadow likeness wit. Meadow saffron my fast days are fast. Meta sweet uselessness. Mercury goodness. Mesembryanthemum idleness. Missourian desire to please. Michaelmas daisy afterthought. Mignonette your qualities surpass your charms. Milfoil war. Milk vetch your presence softens my pains. Milkwort hermitage. Mimosa, sensitive plant, sensitiveness. Mint virtue. Mistletoe I surmount difficulties. Mock orange counterfeit. Monkshood, helmet flower, chivalry. Night errantry. Moonward forgetfulness. Morning glory affectation. Moscatel weakness. Moss maternal love. Moss's ennui. Mossy saxifrage affection. Motherwort concealed love. Mountain ash prudence. Morning bride unfortunate attachment. I have lost all. Mouse-eared chickweed ingenuous simplicity. Mouse-eared scorpion grass forget me not. Moving plant agitation. Mudwort tranquility. Mugwort happiness. Mulberry tree, black, I shall not survive you. Mulberry tree, white, wisdom. Mushroom suspicion. Musk plant weakness. Mustard seed indifference. Myrobalan privation. Myrrh gladness. Myrtle love. Narcissus egotism. Nasturtium patriotism. Nettle, burning slander. Nettle tree concert. Night blooming serious transient beauty. Night convolvulus night. Nightshade truth. Oak leaves bravery. Oak tree hospitality. Oak, white, independence. Oats the witching soul of music. Oleander beware. Olive peace. Orange blossoms your purity equals your loveliness. Orange flowers chastity. Bridal festivities. Orange tree generosity. Orchis bell. Osier frankness. Osmunda dreams. Ox eye patience. Palm victory. Pansy thoughts. Parsley festivity. Pask flower you have no claims. Passion flower religious superstition. Patience doc patience. P. Everlasting and appointed meeting. Lasting pleasure. P. Sweet departure. Peach your qualities, like your charms, are unequaled. Peach blossom I am your captive. Pear affection. Pear tree comfort. Pennyroyal flee away. Peony shame. Bashfulness. Peppermint warmth of feeling. Periwinkle, blue early friendship. Periwinkle, white pleasures of memory. Percy carrier restoration. Persimmon bury me amid nature's beauties. Peruvian heliotrope devotion. Pheasant's eye remembrance. Phlox unanimity. Pigeonberry indifference. Pimpernel change. Assignation. Pine pity. Pineapple you are perfect. Pine, pitch philosophy. Pine, spruce hope in adversity. Pink boldness. Pink, carnation woman's love. Pink, Indian, double always lovely. Pink, Indian, single aversion. Pink, mountain aspiring. Pink, red, double pure and ardent love. Pink, single pure love. Pink, variegated refusal. Pink, white ingenuousness. Talent. Plane tree genius. Plum, Indian privation. Plum tree fidelity. Plum, wild independence. Polyanthus pride of riches. Polyanthus, crimson the heart's mystery. Polyanthus, lilac confidence. Pomegranate foolishness. Pomegranate, flower mature elegance. Poplar, black courage. Poplar, white time. Poppy, red consolation. Poppy, scarlet fantastic extravagance. Poppy, white sleep. My bane. My antidote. Potato benevolence. Prickly pear satire. Pride of China dissension. Primrose early youth. Primrose, evening inconstancy. Primrose, red unpatronized merit. Privet prohibition. Purple clover provident. Pyrus japonica fairies fire. Quaking grass agitation. Quamaclet busybody. Queen's rocket you are the queen of coquettes. Fashion. Quince temptation. Ragged robin wit. Ranunculus you are radiant with charms. Ranunculus, garden you are rich in attractions. Ranunculus, wild ingratitude. Raspberry remorse. Ray grass vice. Red catch fly youthful lore. Reed complaisance. Music. Reed, split indiscretion. Rhododendron, rosebay, danger. Beware. Rhubarb advice. Rocket rivalry. Rose love. Rose, Austrian thou art all that is lovely. Rose, bridal happy love. Rose, Burgundy unconscious beauty. Rose, cabbage ambassador of love. Rose, Campion only deserve my love. Rose, Carolina love is dangerous. Rose, China beauty always new. Rose, Christmas tranquilize my anxiety. Rose, Dale youthy smile I aspire to. Rose, damask brilliant complexion. Rose, deep red bashful shame. Rose, dog pleasure and pain. Rose, Gelder winter. Age. Rose, 100-leaved pride. Rose, Japan beauty is your only attraction. Rose, maiden blush if you love me, you will find it out. Rose, multiflora grace. Rose, mundi variety. Rose, musk capricious beauty. Rose, musk, cluster charming. Rose, single simplicity. Rose, thornless early attachment. Rose, unique call me not beautiful. Rose, white I am worthy of you. Rose, white, withered, transient impressions. Rose, yellow decrease of love. Jealously. Rose, York and Lancaster War. Rose, full-blown, placed over two buds secrecy. Rose, white and red together unity. Roses, crown of reward of virtue. Rosebud, red pure and lovely. Rosebud, white girlhood. Rosebud, moss confession of love. Rosebay, rhododendron, beware. Danger. Rosemary remembrance. Rudbeckia justice. Rudistain. Rush docility. Ryegrass changeable disposition. Saffron beware of excess. Saffron crocus mirth. Saffron, meadow my happiest days are past. Sage domestic virtue. Sage, garden esteem. Sainfoin agitation. St. John's wort animosity. Superstition. Sardonia irony. Saxifrage, mossy affection. Scabious unfortunate love. Scabious, sweet widowhood. Scarlet likeness sunbeaming eyes. Skyness religion's enthusiasm. Scotch fir elevation. Sensitive plant sensibility. Delicate feelings. Senvi indifference. Shamrock lightheartedness. Snake's food horror. Snapdragon presumption. Snowball bound. Snowdrop hope. Sorrel affection. Sorrel, wild wit ill-timed. Sorrel, wood joy. Southern wood jest. Bantering. Spanish jasmine sensuality. Spearmint warmth of sentiment. Speedwell female fidelity. Speedwell, germander facility. Speedwell, spike semblance. Spider, offerous adroitness. Spiderwort esteem not love. Spiked willow herb pretension. Spindle tree your charms are engraven on my heart. Star of Bethlehem purity. Starwort afterthought. Starwort, American cheerfulness in old age. Stock lasting beauty. Stock, 10-week promptness. Stonecrop tranquility. Straw, broken rupture of a contract. Straw, whole union. Strawberry tree esteem and love. Sumac, Venice splendor. Intellectual excellence. Sunflower, dwarf adoration. Sunflower, tall haughtiness. Swallowwort cure for heartache. Sweet basil good wishes. Sweetbriar, American simplicity. Sweetbriar, European eye wound to heal. Sweetbriar, yellow decrease of love. Sweet pea delicate pleasures. Sweet sultan felicity. Sweet William gallantry. Sycamore curiosity. Syringa memory. Syringa, Carolina disappointment. Tamarisk crime. Tansy, wild, I declare war against you. Teasel misanthropy. Tendrils of climbing plant styes. Thistle, common austerity. Thistle, Fuller S. misanthropy. Thistle, Scotch retaliation. Thorn apple deceitful charms. Thorn, branch of severity. Thrift sympathy. Throatwort neglected beauty. Time activity. Tiger flower for once may pride befriend me. Traveler's joy safety. Tree of life old age. Trefoil revenge. Tremella nestock resistance. Trillium pictum modest beauty. Truffle surprise. Trumpet flower fame. Tuberose dangerous pleasures. Tulip fame. Tulip, red declaration of love. Tulip, variegated beautiful eyes. Tulip, yellow hopeless love. Turnip charity. Tussilage, sweet scented, justice shall be done you. Valerian an accommodating disposition. Valerian, Greek rupture. Venus sumac intellectual excellence. Splendor. Venus car fly with me. Venus looking glass flattery. Venus trapped a seed. Vernal grosspor, but happy. Veronica fidelity. Vervain enchantment. Vine intoxication. Violet, blue faithfulness. Violet, dame watchfulness. Violet, sweet modesty. Violet, yellow rural happiness. Virginian spiderwort momentary happiness. Virgin's bower filial love. Folcomenia may you be happy. Walnut intellect. Stratagem. Wallflower fidelity in adversity. Water lily purity of heart. Watermelon bulkiness. Wax plant susceptibility. Wheat stalk riches. Win anger. White jasmine amiableness. White lily purity and modesty. White mullein good nature. White oak independence. White pink talent. White poplar time. White rose, dried, death preferable to loss of innocence. Whortleberry treason. Willow, creep and glove forsaken. Willow, water freedom. Willow, weeping morning. Willow herb pretension. Willow, French bravery and humanity. Winter cherry deception. Witch hazel a spell. Woodbine fraternal love. Wood sorrel joy. Maternal tenderness. Wormwood absence. Xanthium rudeness. Pertinacity. Xeranthemum cheerfulness under adversity. Sorrow. Zephyr flower expectation. Zinnia thoughts of absent friends. Absence wormwood. Abuse not crocus. Acknowledgement Canterbury bell. Activity time. Admiration amethyst. Adoration dwarf sunflower adroitness spider ophrys. Adulation coccolea. Advice rhubarb. Affection mossy saxifrage. Affection pear. Affection sorrel. Affection beyond the grave green locust. Affection, maternal cinquefoil. Affectation coxcomb amaranth. Affectation morning glory. Afterthought Michaelmas daisy. Afterthought starwort. Afterthought china aster. Agreement straw. Age gelder rose. Agitation moving plant. Agitation sainfoin. Alas! For my poor heart deep red carnation. Always cheerful coreopsis. Always lovely Indian pink, double. Ambassador of love cabbage rose. Amiability jasmine. Anger win. Animosity st. John's word. Anticipation gooseberry. Anxious and trembling red columbine. Ardor cuckoo plant. Argument fig. Arts or artifice acanthus. Assiduous to please sprig of ivy with tendrils. Assignation pimpernel. Attachment Indian jasmine. Audacity larch. Avarice scarlet auricula. Aversion china or Indian pink. Bantering southern wood. Baseness daughter of time. Bashfulness peony. Bashful shame deep red rose. Beautiful eyes variegated tulip. Beauty party colored daisy. Beauty always new china rose. Beauty, capricious lady's slipper. Beauty, capricious musk rose. Beauty, delicate flower of an hour. Beauty, delicate hibiscus. Beauty, divine American cowslip. Beauty, glorious glory flower. Beauty, lasting stock. Beauty, magnificent Calla Ethiopica. Beauty, mental clematis. Beauty, modest trillium pictum. Beauty, neglected throatwort. Beauty, pensive laburnum. Beauty, rustic French honeysuckle. Beauty, unconscious burgundy rose. Beauty is your only attraction Japan rose. Bellorchis. Be mine four-leaved clover. Beneficence marshmallow. Benevolence potato. Betrayed white catchfly. Beware oleander. Beware rosebay. Blackness ebony tree. Bluntness borage. Blushes marjoram. Boaster hydrangea. Boldness pink. Bonds convolvulus. Bonds of affection gillyflower. Braver yoke leaves. Bravery and humanity French willow. Bridal favor ivy geranium. Brilliant complexion damask rose. Bulk watermelon. Gourd. Busybody quamaclet. Bury me amid nature's beauties persimmon. Call me not beautiful rose unique. Calm repose buckbean. Calumny hellebore. Calumny matter. Change pimpernel. Changeable disposition ryegrass. Charity turnip. Charming cluster of musk roses. Charms, deceitful thorn apple. Cheerfulness in old age American starwort. Cheerfulness under adversity Chinese chrysanthemum. Chivalry monk's good, helmet flower. Cleanliness hyssop. Cold-heartedness lettuce. Coldness Agnus castus. Color of my life coral honeysuckle. Come down Jacob's ladder. Comfort pear tree. Comforting scarlet geranium. Compassion allspice. Concealed love motherwort. Concert nettle tree. Concord lote tree. Confession of love moss rosebud. Confidence hepatica. Confidence lilac polyanthus. Confidence liverwort. Confidence in heaven flowering reed. Conjugal love lime, or linden tree. Consolation red poppy. Constancy bluebell. Consumed by love Syrian mallow. Counterfeit mock orange. Courage black poplar. Crime tamarisk. Cure balm of Gilead. Cure for heartache swallowwort. Curiosity sycamore. Danger rhododendron. Rosebay. Dangerous pleasures tuberose. Death cypress. Death preferable to loss of innocence white rate, dried. Deceit opossum. Deceit flytrap. Deceit dog's bane. Deceitful charms thorn apple. Deception white cherry tree. Declaration of lover tulip. Decrease of love yellow rose. Delayupatorium. Delicacy bluebottle. Centauri. Dejection lichen. Desire to please Missourian. Despair cypress. Despondency humble plant. Devotion Peruvian heliotrope. Difficulty blackthorn. Dignity cloves. Dignity laurel-leaved magnolia. Disappointment Carolina syringa. Disdain yellow carnation. Disdain rue. Disgust frugaliferous. Dissension pride of China. Distinction cardinal flower. Distrust lavender. Divine beauty American cowslip. Docility rush. Domestic industry flax. Domestic virtuesage. Durability dogwood. Duration cornel tree. Early attachment thornless rose early friendship blue periwinkle. Early youth primrose. Elegance locust tree. Elegance and grace yellow jasmine. Elevation Scotch fir. Eloquence Indian lagerstramia. Enchantment holly herb. Enchantment vervain. Energy in adversity chamomile. Envy bramble. Error bee ophrys. Error fly orchis. Esteem garden sage. Esteem not love spiderwort. Esteem and love strawberry tree. Estranged love lotus flower. Excellence Camellia japonica. Expectation anemone. Expectation zephyr flower. Expected meeting nutmeg geranium. Extent gourd. Extinguished hopes major convolvulus. Facility germander speedwell. Fairies fire pyrus japonica. Faithfulness blue violet. Faithfulness heliotrope. Falsehood buglass. Falsehood yellow lily. Falsehood manchineel tree. Fame tulip. Trumpet flower. Fame speaks him great and good apple blossom. Fantastic extravagance scarlet poppy. Farewell Michaelmas daisy. Fascination fern. Fascination honesty. Fashion queen's rocket. Fecundity hollyhock. Felicity sweet sultan. Female fidelity speedwell. Festivity parsley. Fickleness abatina. Ficklin spink larkspur. Filial love virgin's bower. Fidelity veronica. Ivy. Fidelity plum tree. Fidelity in adversity wallflower. Fidelity in love lemon blossoms. Fire fleur-de-luce. First emotions of love purple lilac. Flame fleur-de-lis. Iris. Flattery Venus looking glass. Flee away penny royal. Fly with me Venus car. Folly columbine. Foppery coxcomb amaranth. Foolishness pomegranate. Foresight holly. Forgetfulness moonward. Forget me not forget me not. For once may pride befriend me tiger flower. Forsaken garden anemone. Forsaken laburnum. Frankness osier. Fraternal love woodbine. Freedom water willow. Freshness damask rose. Friendship acacia. Friendship, early blue periwinkle. Friendship, true eocleve geranium. Friendship, unchanging arborvitae. Frivolity London pride. Frugality chicory. Endive. Gaiety butterfly orchis. Gaiety yellow lily. Gallantry sweet William. Generosity orange tree. Generous and devoted affection French honeysuckle. Genius plane tree. Gentility corn cockle. Girlhood white rosebud. Gladness myrrh. Glory bay tree. Glory laurel. Glorious beauty glory flower. Goodness bonus henricus. Goodness mercury. Good education cherry tree. Good wishes sweet basil. Good nature white mullein. Gossip cobia. Grace multiflora rose. Grace and elegance yellow jasmine. Grandeur ash tree gratitude small white bell flower. Grief hair bell. Grief marigold. Happy love bridal rose. Hatred basil. Haughtiness purple larkspur. Haughtiness tall sunflower. Health Iceland moss. Hermitage milkwort. Hidden worth coriander. Honesty honesty. Hope flowering almond. Hope hawthorn. Hope snowdrop. Hope in adversity spruce pine. Hopeless love yellow tulip. Hopeless, not heartless love lies bleeding. Horror mandrake. Horror dragonsword. Horror snake's food. Hospitality oak tree. Humility broom. Humility small bindweed. Humility field lilac. I am too happy Cape jasmine. I am your captive peach blossom. I am worthy of you white rose. I change but in death bay leaf. I declare against you belvedere. I declare against you licorice. I declare war against you wild tansy. I die if neglected laurestina. I desire a return of affection jonquil. I feel my obligations lint. I feel your kindness flax. I have lost all morning bride. I live for thee cedar leaf. I lovered chrysanthemum. I partake of your sentiments double china aster. I partake your sentiments, garden daisy. I shall die to morigum cistus. I shall not survive you, black mulberry. I surmount difficulties, mistletoe. I will think of it, single China aster. I will think of it, wild daisy. I wound to he leglantine, sweetbriar. If you love me, you will find it out, maiden blush rose. Idleness mesembryanthemum. Ill-natured beauty citron. Imagination lupin. Immortality amaranth, globe. Impatience yellow balsam. Impatient of absence corchorus. Impatient resolves red balsam. Imperfection henbane. Importunity burdock. Inconstancy evening primrose. Incorruptible cedar of Lebanon. Independence wild plum tree. Independence white oak. Indifference of her flowering candy tuft. Indifference mustard seed. Indifference pigeon berry. Indifference senvi. Indiscretion split reed. Industry red clover. Industry, domestic flax. Ingenuousness white pink. Ingenuity penciled geranium. Ingenuous simplicita musir chickweed. Ingratitude crowfoot. Innocence daisy. Insincerity foxglove. Insinuation great bindweed. Inspiration angelica. Instability dahlia. Intellect walnut. Intoxication vine. Irony sardoniae. Jealousy French marigold. Jealousy yellow rose. Jess southernwood. Joywood sorrel. Joys to come lesser celandine. Justice Rudbeckia. Justice shall be done to you, coltsfoot. Justice shall be done to you, sweet scented tussilage. Nitarantry helmet flower, monkshood. Lamentation a spawn tree. Lasting beauty stock. Lasting pleasures everlasting p. Let me go butterfly weed. Levity larkspur. Liberty live oak. Life lucerne. Lightheartedness shamrock. Lightness larkspur. Live for me arborvitae. Love myrtle. Love rose. Love, forsaken creeping willow. Love, returned ambrosia. Love is dangerous Carolina rose. Lustreconite leaved crowfoot, or fair maid of France. Luxury chestnut tree. Magnificent beauty calla, Ethiopica. Majesty crown imperial. Malevolence lobelia. Marriage ivy. Maternal affection cinquefoil. Maternal love moss. Maternal tenderness wood sorrel. Matrimony American linden. May you be happy Folcomenia meanness cuscuta. Meekness birch. Melancholy dark geranium. Melancholy dead leaves. Mental beauty clematis. Mental beauty candia. Message iris. Mildness mallow. Mirth saffron crocus. Misanthropy aconite, wolfsbane. Misanthropy fuller's teasel. Modest beauty trillium pictum. Modest genius creeping Sirius. Modesty violet. Modesty and purity white lily. Momentary happiness Virginian spiderwort. Morning weeping willow music bundles of reed with their panicles. My best days are past colchicum, or meadow saffron. My regrets follow you to the grave asphodel. Neatness broom. Neglected beauty throatwort. Never ceasing remembrance everlasting. Old age tree of life. Only deserve my love campion rose. Painful recollections floss Adonis. Painting auricula. Painting the lily Daphne odora. Passion white Dittany. Paternal error cardamine. Patience dock. Oxeye. Patriotism American elm. Patriotism nasturtium. Peace olive. Perfected loveliness Camellia japonica, white. Perfidy common laurel, in flower. Pensive beauty laburnum. Perplexity love in a mist. Persecution checkered fritillary. Perseverance swamp magnolia. Persuasion althea frutex. Persuasion Syrian mallow. Pertinacity clot burr. Pity pine. Pleasure and pain dog rose. Pleasure, lasting everlasting p. Pleasures of memory white periwinkle. Popular favor cistus, or rock rose. Poverty evergreen clematis. Power imperial Montague. Power cress. Precaution golden rod. Prediction prophetic marigold. Pretension spiked willow herb. Pride amaryllis. Pride hundred-leaved rose. Privation Indian plum. Privation myrobalan. Profit cabbage. Prohibition privet. Prolific fig tree. Promptness and weak stock. Prosperity beech tree. Protection bearded crepes. Prudence mountain ash. Pure love single red pink. Pure and ardent love double red pink. Pure and love lyred rosebud. Purity star of Bethlehem. Coral broken corn straw. Quick-sightedness shockweed. Reason goat's rue. Recantation lotus leaf. Recall silver leaf geranium. Reconciliation filbert. Reconciliation hazel. Refusal striped carnation. Regard daffodil. Relief balm of Gilead. Relieve my anxiety Christmas rose. Religious superstition aloe. Religious superstition passion flower. Religious enthusiasm skyness. Remembrance rosemary. Remorse bramble. Remorse raspberry. Rendezvous chickweed. Reserve maple. Resistance stromala nestock. Restoration persicaria. Retaliation scotch thistle. Return of happiness lily of the valley. Revenge bird's food trefoil. Reverie flowering fern. Reward of merit bay wreath. Reward of virtue garland of roses. Rish scorn. Rigor lantana. Rivalry rocket. Rudeness clot burr. Rudeness xanthium. Rural happiness yellow violet. Rustic beauty French honeysuckle. Rustic oracle dandelion. Sadness dead leaves. Safety traveler's joy. Satire prickly pear. Sculpture hoya. Secret love yellow acacia. Semblance spike speedwell. Sensitiveness mimosa. Sensuality Spanish jasmine. Separation Carolina jasmine. Severity branch of thorns. Shame peony. Sharpness barberry tree. Sickness anemone, zephyr flower. Silliness fool's parsley. Simplicity American sweetbriar. Sincerity garden chervil. Slighted love yellow chrysanthemum. Snare catch fly. Dragon plant. Solitude heath. Sorrow yew. Sourness of temper barberry. Spelcircia. Spleen fumitory. Splendid beauty amaryllis. Splendorous tertium. Sporting foxtail grass. Steadfast piety wild geranium. Stoicism box tree. Strength cedar. Fennel. Submission grass. Submission harebell. Success crown your wishes coronella. Sakura juniper. Sunbeaming eyes scarlet likeness. Surprise truffle. Susceptibility wax plant. Suspicion champignon. Sympathy balm. Sympathy thrift. Talent white pink. Tardiness flax-leaved Goldilocks. Taste scarlet fuchsia. Tears helenium. Temperance azalea. Temptation apple. Thankfulness agrimony. The color of my fate coral honeysuckle. The heart's mystery crimson polyanthus. The perfection of female loveliness justitia. the witching soul of musy coats. Thoughts pansy. Thoughts of absent friends zinnia. Thy frown wilt kill me current. Thy smile I aspire to daily rose. Ties tendrils of climbing plants. Timidity amaryllis. Timidity marvel of Peru. Time white poplar. Tranquility mudwort. Tranquility stonecrop. Tranquilize my anxiety Christmas rose. Transient beauty night blooming serious. Transient impressions withered white rose. Transport of joy Cape jasmine. Treachery bilberry. True love forget me not. True friendship oak leaf geranium. Truth bittersweet nightshade. Truth white chrysanthemum. Unanimity phlox. Unbelief Judas tree. Unceasing remembrance American cudweed. Unchanging friendship arborvitae. Unconscious beauty burgundy rose. Unexpected meeting lemon geranium. Unfortunate attachment morning bride. Unfortunate love scabious. Union whole straw. Unity white and red rose together. Unpatronized merry tread primrose. Uselessness meadowsweet. Utility grass. Variety China aster. Variety mundi rose. Vice darnel, ray grass. Victory palm. Virtue mint. Virtue, domes tixage. Volubility abecedary. Voraciousness lupin. Vulgar minds African marigold. War York and Lancaster rose. War Achillea millifolia. Warlike trophy Indian cress. Warmth of feeling peppermint. Watchfulness dame violet. Weakness moscatel weakness musk plant. Welcome to a stranger American starwort. Widowhood sweet scabious. Win me and wear Milady's slipper. Winning grace cowslip. Winter gelder rose. Wit meadow likeness. Wit ill-timed wild sorrel. Witchcraft enchanter's nightshade. Worth beyond beauty sweet alyssum. Worth sustained by judicious and tender affection pink convolvulus. Worthy all praise fennel. You are cold hortensia. You are my divinity American cowslip. You are perfect pineapple. You are radiant with charms ranunculus. You are rich in attractions garden ranunculus. You are the queen of coquette skeins rocket. You have no claims pask flower. You please all branch of currents. You will be my death. Hemlock. Your charms are engraven on my heart spindle tree. Your looks freeze me ice plant. Your presence softens my pains milk vetch. Your purity equals your loveliness orange blossoms. Your qualities, like your charms, are unequaled peach. Your qualities surpass your charms mignonette. Youthful innocence white lilac. Youthful lovered catchfly. Zealousness elder. Zest lemon. The language of flowers daffodils. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle in the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay, in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils. Wordsworth. The Rose. Go, lovely rose. Tell her that wastes her time on me, that now she knows, when I resemble her to thee, how sweet and fair she seems to be. Tell her that's young, and shuns to have her graces spied, that hadst thou sprung in deserts where no men abide, thou must have uncommended died. Small is the worth of beauty from the light retired, bid her come forth, suffer herself to be desired, and not blush so to be admired. Then die, that she the common fate of all things rare may read in thee, how small a part of time they share that are so wondrous sweet and fair, yet, though thou fade, from thy dead leaves let fragrance rise and teach the maid that goodness time's rude hand defies, that virtue lives when beauty dies. Waller. The sensitive plant. A sensitive plant in a garden grew, and the young winds fed it with silver dew, and it opened its fan-like leaves to the light, and closed them beneath the kisses of night. Asterisk 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 but none ever trembled and panted with bliss in the garden, the field, or the wilderness, like doe in the noontide with love's sweet want, as the companionless sensitive plant. The snowdrop, and then the violet, arose from the ground with warm rain wet, and their breath was mixed with fresh odor, scent, from the turf, like the voice and the instrument. Then the pied windflowers and the tulip tall, and narcissi, the fairest among them all, who gaze on their eyes in the stream's recess, till they die of their own dear loveliness. And the naiad-like lily of the vale, whom youth makes so fair and passion so pale, that the light of its tremulous bells is seen through their pavilions of tender green, and the hyacinth purple and white and blue, which flung from its bells a sweet peal anew of music so delicate, soft, and intense, it was felt like an odor within the sense. And the rose like a nymph to the bath addressed, which unveiled the depth of her glowing breast, till, fold after fold, to the fainting air the soul of her beauty and love lay bare, and the wand-like lily, which lifted up, as a maenade, its moonlight-colored cup, till the fiery star, which is its eye, gazed through the clear dew on the tender sky, and the jessamine faint, and the sweet tuberose, the sweetest flower for scent that blows, and all rare blossoms from every clime grew in that garden in perfect prime. The sensitive plant, which could give small fruit of the love which it felt from the leaf to the root, received more than all flowers, it loved more than ever, where none wanted but it, could belong to the giver, for the sensitive plant has no bright flower, radiance and odor are not its dower, it loves, even like love its deep heart is full, it desires what it has not, the beautiful. Asterisk 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 each and all like ministering angels were for the sensitive plant sweet joy to bear. Whilst the lagging hours of the day went by like windless clouds o'er a tender sky. And when evening descended from heaven above, and the earth was all rest, and the air was all love, and delight, though less bright, was far more deep, and the day's veil fell from the world of sleep, asterisk 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 the sensitive plant was the earliest upgathered into the bosom of rest, a sweet child weary of its delight, the feeblest, and yet the favorite, cradled within the embrace of night. Shelley. Oluve will venture in, and see tune the posy. Olive will venture in, where it door na will be seen, Olive will venture in, where wisdom ance has been, but I will down yon river rove, among the wood sae green, and a to pu a posy to my dear May. The primrose I will pu, the firstling o' the year, and I will pu the pink, the emblem o' my dear, for she's the pink o' womankind, and blooms without a peer, and a to be a posy to my dear May. I'll pu the budding rose, when Phoebus peeps in view, for it's like a Balmae kiss o' her sweet bonny mouth, the hyacinths for constancy its unchanging blue, and a to be a posy to my dear May. The lily it is pure, and the lily it is fair. And in her lovely bosom I'll place the lily there, the daisies for simplicity and unaffected air, and a to be a posy to my dear May. The hawthorn I will pu, wi its locks o' silver grey, where, like an aged man, it stands at break o' day, but the songster's nest within the bush I win attack away, and a to be a posy to my dear May. The woodbine I will pu when the evening star is near, and the diamond drops o dew shall be her ensae clear, the violets for modesty which will she fause to wear, and to be a posy to my dear May. I'll tie the posy round w the silken band o love, and I'll place it in her breast, and I'll swear by above, that to my latest draught o life the band shall ne'er remove. And this will be a posy to my dear May. Burns. My nanny's awa. Tune there'll never be peace and sea. Now in her green mantle blithe nature arrays. And listens the lambkins that bleat o'er the braes, while birds warble welcome in ilka green shaw, but to me it's delightless my nanny's awa. The snowdrop and primrose our woodlands adorn, and violets bathe in the wheat o' the morn, they pain my sad bosom, sae sweetly they blaw, they mind me o nanny and nanny's awa. Thou lav rock that springs frae the dews of the lawn, the shepherd to warn o the grey breaking dawn, and thou mellow mavis that hails the night faw, give over for pity my nanny's awa. Come, autumn, sae pensive, in yellow and grey, and sooth me wi tidings o nature's decay, the dark, dreary winter, and wild driving snaw, alane can delight me now nanny's awa. Burns. Their groves, and sea-tuned humours of glen. Their groves o sweet myrtle let foreign lands reckon, where bright beaming summers exalt the perfume, far dearer to me yon lone glen o green bracken, wi the burn stealing under the lang yellow broom. Far dearer to me are yon humble broom bowers, where the bluebell and gowan lurk lowly unseen, for there, lightly tripping among the wild flowers, a listening the linnet, aft wanders my Jean. Burns. To a mountain daisy, on turning one down with a plough, in April 1786. We, modest, crimson-tipped flower, thou'st met me in an evil hour, for I maun crush among the stir thy slender stem, to spare thee now is past my powr, thou bonny gem. Alas! It's no thy neighbour sweet, the bonny lark, companion meet. Bending thee mang the dewy wheat. Wi spreckled breast, when upward springing, blithe, to greet the purpling east. Could blew the bitter biting north upon thy early, humble birth, yet cheerfully thou glinted forth amid the storm, scarce reared above the parent earth thy tender form. The flaunting flowers our gardens yield, high sheltering woods and wa's maun shield, but thou beneath the random bield o clod or stanna, adorns the histy stubble field, unseen, alane. There, in thy scanty mantle clad, thy snawy bosom sunward spread, thou lifts thy unassuming head in humble guise, but now the share uptears thy bed, and low thou lies. Such is the fate of artless maid, sweet flowret of the rural shade. By love's simplicity betrayed, and guileless trust, till she, like thee, all soiled, is laid low I the dust. Such is the fate of simple bard, on life's rough ocean luckless starred. Unskilful he to note the card of prudent lore, till billows rage, and gales blow hard, and whelm him o'er. Such fate to suffering worth is given, who long with wants and woes has striven, by human pride or cunning driven, to misery's brink, till wrenched of every stay but heaven, he, ruined, sank. Evan thou who mournest the daisy's fate, that fate is thine no distant date, stern ruin's ploughshare drives, elate, full on thy bloom, till crushed beneath the furrow's weight, shall be thy doom. Burns. Lament of Mary, Queen of Scots. On the approach of spring. Now nature hangs her mantle green on every blooming tree, and spreads her sheets o' daisies white out o'er the grassy lea, now Phoebus cheers the crystal streams, and glads the azure skies, but naught can glad the weary wight that fast in durance lies. Now lav rocks wake the merry morn, aloft on dewy wing, the merle, in his noontide bower, makes woodland echoes ring, the mavis mild wi many a note, sings drowsy day to rest, in love and freedom they rejoice, wi care nor thrall oppressed. Now blooms the lily by the bank, the primrose down the brae, the hawthorns budding in the glen, and milk white is the slee, the meanest hind in fair Scotland may rove their sweets among, but I, the Queen of a Scotland, maun lie in prison strang. I was the Queen o' bonny France, where happy I ha' been, fu lightly raise I in the morn, as blithe lay down at en, and I'm the sovereign of Scotland, and mony a traitor there, yet here I lie in foreign lands, and never-ending care. But as for thee, thou false woman, my sister, and my fay, grim vengeance, yet, shall whet a sword that through thy soul shall gie, the weeping blood in woman's breast was never known to thee, nor balm that draps on wounds of woe frae woman's pitying ee. My son, may kinder stars upon thy fortune shine, and may those pleasures gild thy reign, that ne'er wad blink on mine. God keep thee frae thy mother's face, or turn their hearts to thee, and where thou meetest thy mother's friend, remember him for me. Oh! Soon, to me, may summer suns nae mair light up the morn. Nae mair, to me, the autumn winds wave o'er the yellow corn. And in the narrow house o' death let winter round me rave, and the next flowers that deck the spring, bloom on my peaceful grave. Burns. Red and white roses. Read in these roses the sad story of my hard fate, and your own glory. In the white you may discover the paleness of a fainting lover, in the red the flames still feeding on my heart with fresh wounds bleeding. The white will tell you how I languish, and the red express my anguish, the white my innocence displaying, the red my martyrdom betraying, the frowns that on your brow resided, have those roses thus divided. Oh! Let your smiles but clear the weather, and then they both shall grow together. Keiko. Sonnet. Sweet is the rose, but grows upon a brier, sweet is the juniper, but sharp his bough, sweet is the eglantine, but pricketh near, sweet is the firbloom, but his branch is rough, sweet is the cypress, but his rind is tough, sweet is the nut, but bitter is his pill, sweet is the broom flowera, but yet sour enough, and sweet is moly, but his root is ill. So every sweet with sour is tempered still, that make that be coveted the more, for easy things that may be got at will, most sorts of men do set but little store. Why then should I account of little pain, that endless pleasure shall unto me gain? Spenser to Primroses filled with morning dew. Why do ye weep, sweet babes? Can tears speak grief in you, who were but born just as the modest morn teemed her refreshing dew? Alas! Ye have not known that shower that mars a flower, nor felt the unkind breath of a blasting wind, nor are ye worn with years, or warped as we, who think it strange to see such pretty flowers, like to orphans young, speaking by tears before ye have a tongue. Speak, whimpering younglings, and make known the reason why ye droop and weep. Is it for want of sleep, or childish lullaby? Or that ye have not seen as yet the violet? Or brought a kiss from that sweetheart to this? No, no, this sorrow shown by your tears shed, would have this lecture read, that things of greatest, so of meanest worth, conceived with grief are, and with tears brought forth. Herrick. A red rose. Tune Wishaw's favorite. Oh, my love's like a red rose, that's newly sprung in June, oh, my love's like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in hive am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till the seas gang dry. Till the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt the sun, I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands o' life shall run. And fare thee will, my only love. And fare thee will a while, and I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 mile. Burns. Virgins promised when I died, that they would each primrose tide duly, morn and evening, come, and with flowers dress my tomb. Having promised, pay your debts, maids, and here strew violets. Robert Herrick. Music, when soft voices die, vibrates in the memory, odors when sweet violets sicken, love within the sense they quicken. Rose leaves, when the rose is dead, are heaped for the beloved's bed, and so thy thoughts when thou art gone, love itself shall slumber on. Shelley. Radiant sister of the day, awake. Arise. And come away. To the wild woods and the plains, to the pools where winter rains image all their roof of leaves, where the pine its garland weaves of sapless green, and ivy dun, round stems that never kiss the sun, where the lawns and pastures be and the sand hills of the sea, where the melting hoarfrost wets the daisy star that never sets, and windflowers and violets which yet join not sent to hue crown the pale year weak and new, when the night is left behind in the deep east, dim and blind, and the blue moon is over us, and the multitudinous billows murmur at our feet, where the earth and ocean meet and all things seem only one in the universal sun. P. B. Shelley. To Daffodils. Fair daffodils, we weep to see you haste away so soon, as yet, the early rising sun has not attained its noon. Stay, stay, until the hastening day has run but to the even song, and having prayed together, we will go with you along. We have short time to stay as you, we have as short a spring, as quick a growth to meet decay, as you or anything. We die, as your hours do, and dry away, like to the summer's rain, or as the pearls of morning's dew, ne'er to be found again. Robert Herrick. Constancy. Lay a garland on my hearse of the dismal yew, maiden's willow branches bare, say, I died true. My love was false, but I was firm from my hour of birth. Upon my buried body lie lightly, gentle earth. Samuel Fletcher. Morn, Ilka Grove the cushat kens. Ye has lly shaws and briery dens. Ye burnies, wimplin down your glens, wi toddlin din, or foaming strang, wi hasty stens, frae lin to lin. Morn little harebells o'er the lea, ye stately foxgloves fair to see, ye woodbines hanging bonali, in scented bowers, ye roses on your thorny tree, the first o flowers. At dawn, when every grassy blade droops with a diamond at his head, at even, when beans their fragrance shed, ith rustling gale, ye mowkins widden through the glade, come join my wail. Morn, spring, thou darling of the year, ilk cowslip cup shall keep a tear, thou, simmer, while each corny spear shoots up its head, thy gay, green, flowery tresses sheer, for him that's dead. Thou, autumn, wi thy yellow hair, in grief thy sallow mantle tear. Thou, winter, hurling through the air the roaring blast, wide o'er the naked world declare the worth we've lost. Burns. To the small celandine. Pansies, lilies, kingcups, daisies, let them live upon their praises, long as there's a sun that sets, primroses will have their glory, long as there are violets, they will have a place in story, there's a flower that shall be mine, 'tis the little celandine. Ere a leaf is on the bush, in the time before the thrush has a thought about her nest, thou wilt come with half a call, spreading out thy glossy breast like a careless prodigal, telling tales about the sun, when we've little warmth, or none. Comfort have thou of thy merit, kindly unassuming spirit. Careless of thy neighborhood, thou dost show thy pleasant face on the moor, and in the wood, in the lane there's not a place, howsoever mean it be, but 'tis good enough for thee. Ill befall the yellow flowers, children of the flaring hours. Buttercups that will be seen, whether we will see or no, Others, too, of lofty mien, they have done as worldlings do, taken praise that should be thine, little, humble Celandine. Prophet of delight and mirth, ill requited upon earth, herald of a mighty band, of a joyous train ensuing, serving at my heart's command, tasks that are no tasks renewing, I will sing, as doth behove, hymns in praise of what I love. Wordsworth. To blossoms. Fair pledges of a fruitful tree, why do ye fall so fast? Your date is not so past, but you may stay yet here a while to blush and gently smile, and go at last. What, were you born to be, an hour or half's delight, and so to bid good night? 'Twas pity nature brought ye forth, merely to show your worth and lose you quite. But you are lovely leaves, where we may read, how soon things have their end, though ne'er so brave, and after they have shown their pride, like you, a while, they glide into the grave. Herrick. The lily and the rose. The nymph must lose her female friend, if more admired than she, but where will fierce contention end, if flowers can disagree? Within the garden's peaceful scene appeared two lovely foes, aspiring to the rank of queen, the lily and the rose. The rose soon reddened into rage, and, swelling with disdain, appealed to many a poet's page to prove her right to reign. The lily's height bespoke command, a fair imperial flower, she seemed designed for Flora's hand, the scepter of her power. This civil bickering and debate the goddess chanced to hear, and flew to save, ere yet too late, the pride of the parterre. Yours is, she said, the nobler hue, and yours the statelier mien, and, till a third surpasses you, let each be deemed a queen. Thus, soothed and reconciled, each seeks the fairest British fair, the seat of empire is her cheeks, they reign united there. Cooper. The wallflower. Why this flower is now called so, list, sweet maids, and you shall know. Understand this firstling was once a brisk and bonny lass, kept as close as Danae was, who a sprightly springald loved, and to have it fully proved, up she got upon a wall, tempting down to slide withal, but the silken twist untied, so she fell, and, bruised, she died. Jove, in pity of the deed, and her loving, luckless speed, turned her to this plant we call now the flower of the wall. Herrick. The primrose. Ask me why I send you here, this firstling of the infant year, ask me why I send to you this primrose all bepearled with dew, I straight will whisper in your ears, the sweets of love are washed with tears. Ask me why this flower doth show so yellow, green, and sickly too, ask me why the stalk is weak and bending, yet it doth not break, I must tell you, these discover what doubts and fears are in a lover. Carew. Adonis sleeping, in midst of all, there lay a sleeping youth of fondest beauty. Sideway his face reposed on one white arm, and tenderly unclosed, by tenderest pressure, a faint damask mouth to slumberry pout, just as the morning south disp arts a dew-lipped rose. Above his head, 4 lily stalks did their white honors wed to make a coronal, and round him grew all tendrils green, of every bloom and hue, together intertwined and trammelled fresh, the vine of glossy sprout, the ivy mesh, shading its Ethiop berries, and woodbine, of velvet leaves, and bugle blooms divine. Hard by, stood serene Cupids watching silently. One, kneeling to a lyre, touched the strings, muffling to death the pathos with his wings, and, ever and anon, uprose to look at the youth's slumber, while another took a willow bough, distilling odorous dew, and shook it on his hair, another flew in through the woven roof, and fluttering wise, rained violets upon his sleeping eyes. Keats. Modana, wherefore hast thou sent to me sweet basil and mignonette, embleming love and health, which never yet in the same wreath might be? Alas, and they are wet. Is it with thy kisses or thy tears? For never rain or dew such fragrance drew from plant or flower, the very doubt endears my sadness ever new, the sighs I breathe, the tears I shed, for thee. P.B. Shelley. There grew pied wind flowers and violets, daisies, those pearled archery of the earth, the constellated flowers that never set, faint oxlips, tender bluebells, at whose birth the sod scarce heaved, and that tall flower that wets its mother's face with heaven-collected tears, when the low wind, its playmate's voice, it hears. And in the warm hedge grew lush eglantine, green cowbind, and the moonlight-colored may and cherry blossoms, and white cups, whose wine was the bright dew yet drained not by the day, and wild roses, and ivy serpentine with its dark buds and leaves, wandering astray, and flowers azure, black, and streaked with gold, fairer than any wakened eyes behold. And nearer to the river's trembling edge there grew broad flag flowers, purple pranked with white, and starry river buds among the sedge, and floating water lilies, broad and bright, which lit the oak that overhung the hedge with moonlight beams of their own watery light, and bulrushes, and reeds of such deep green as soothed the dazzled eye with sober sheen. P.B. Shelley. Fade, flowers. Fade, nature will have it so, 'tis but what we must in our autumn do. And as your leaves lie quiet on the ground, the loss alone by those that loved them found, so in the grave shall we as quiet lie, missed by some few that loved our company, but some so like to thorns and nettles live, that none for them can, when they perish, grieve. Waller. Arrangement of a bouquet. Here damask roses, white and red, out of my lap first take I, which still shall run along the thread, my chiefest flower this make I amongst these roses in a row, next place I pinks in plenty, these double pansies then for show, and will not this be dainty? The pretty pansy then I'll tie, like stones some chain enchasing, and next to them, their near ally, the purple violet placing. The curious choice clove July flower, whose kind height the carnation, for sweetness of most sovereign power, shall help my wreath to fashion, whose sundry colors of one kind, first from one root derived, them in their several suits I'll bind, my garlands so contrived. A course of cow's lips then I'll stick, and here and there, though sparely, the pleasant primrose down I'll prick, like pearls that will show rarely, then with these marigolds I'll make my garland somewhat swelling, these honeysuckles then I'll take, whose sweets shall help their smelling. The lily and the fleur-de-lis, for colour much contending, for that I them do only prize, they are but poor in scenting. The daffodil most dainty is, to match with these in meetness, the columbine compared to this, all much alike for sweetness. These in their natures only are fit to emboss the border. Therefore I'll take especial care to place them in their order, sweet williams, campions, sops in wine, one by another neatly, thus have I made this wreath of mine, and finished it featly. Nicholas Drayton. The cherry. There is a garden in her face, where roses and white lilies grow, a heavenly paradise is that place, wherein all pleasant fruits do grow, there cherries grow that none may buy till cherry ripe themselves do cry. Those cherries fairly do enclose of orient pearl a double row, which, when her lovely laughter shows, they look like rosebuds filled with snow, yet them no peer nor prince may buy till cherry ripe themselves do cry. Her eyes like angels watch them still, her brows like bended bows do stand, threatening with piercing frowns to kill all that approach with eye or hand these sacred cherries to come nigh, till cherry ripe themselves do cry. Richard Allison. The garland. The pride of every grove I chose, the violet sweet and lily fair, the dappled pink and blushing rose, to deck my charming close hair. At morn the nymph vouchsafed to place upon her brow the various wreath, the flowers less blooming than her face, the scent less fragrant than her breath. The flowers she wore along the day, and every nymph and shepherd said, that in her hair they looked more gay than glowing in their native bed. Undressed, at evening, when she found their odors lost, their colors past, she changed her look, and on the ground her garland and her eye she cast. That eye dropped sense distinct and clear, as any muse's tongue could speak, when from its lid a pearly tear ran trickling down her beauteous cheek. Dissembling what I knew too well, my love, my life. Said I, explain this change of humor, pray thee tell, that falling tear what does it mean? She sighed, she smiled, and to the flowers pointing, the lovely moralist said, see, friend, in some few fleeting hours, see yonder, what a change is made. Ah me! The blooming pride of May, and that of beauty are but one, at morn both flourish bright and gay, both fade at evening, pale, and gone. At dawn poor Stella danked and sung, the amorous youth around her bowed, at night her fatal knell was rung. I saw and kissed her in her shroud, such as she is, who died today, such I, alas. Maybe tomorrow, go, Damon, bid thy muse display the justice of thy close sorrow. Prior to the virgins, to make much of time gather ye rosebuds while ye may, old time is still a flying, and this same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be dying. The glorious lamp of heaven, the sun, the higher he's a getting, the sooner will his race be run, and nearer he's to setting. That age is best, which is the first, when youth and blood are warmer, but being spent, the worse and worst times will succeed the former. Then be not coy, but use your time, and while ye may, go marry, for having lost but once your prime, you may forever tarry. Robert Herrick. Song of May Morning. Now the bright morning star, day's harbinger, comes dancing from the east, and leads with her the flowery May, who from her green lap throws the yellow cowslip, and the pale primrose. Hail, bounteous May, that dost inspire mirth, and youth, and warm desire, woods and groves are of thy dressing, hill and dale doth boast thy blessing. Thus we salute thee with our early song, and welcome thee, and wish thee long. Milton. Among the myrtles as I walked, love and my sight thus intertalked, tell me, said I, in deep distress, where I may find my shepherdess. Thou fool, said love, knowest thou not this? In everything that sweet she is. In yond carnation go and seek, there thou shalt find her lips and cheek, in that enamelled pansy by, there thou shalt have her curious eye, in bloom of peach and roses bud there waves the streamer of her blood. 'Tis true, said I, and thereupon I went to pluck them one by one, to make of parts an union, but on a sudden all were gone. At which I stopped, said love, these be the true resemblance of thee, for as these flowers, thy joys must die, and in the turning of an eye, and all thy hopes of her must wither, like those short sweets here knit together. Robert Herrick. Fragment, in Witherspoon's collection of Scotch songs. Tune Hughie Graham O gin my love were yon red rose, that grows upon the castle wa, and I mizzle a drap o' dew, into her bonny breast to fa. Oh, there beyond expression blessed, I'd feast on beauty o' the night, sealed on her silk soft folds to rest, till flayed awa by Phoebus' light. Oh were my love yon lilac fair, wi purple blossoms to the spring, and I, a bird to shelter there, when wearied on my little wing, how I would mourn, when it was torn by autumn wild, and winter rude. But I would sing on wanton wing, when youthful May its bloom renewed. These stanzas were added by Burns. The Daisy. Of all the flowers in the mead then love I most these flowers white and reed sock that men callan daisies in our town, to hem I have so great affection, as I said erst, when common is the my. That in my bed there daw't me no day, that I am up and walking in the mead to see this flower inst the sun spread, when it upriseth early by the morrow, that blissful sight softeneth all my sorrow. Chaucer. Illustrations. Page A. Acacia Friendship. Point 7 B. Bladder Nut Tree Frivolity. Amusement. Point 9 C. Cowslip, American Divine Beauty. You are my divinity. Point 11 D. Dead Leaves Sadness. Point 15 Enchanters Nightshade Witchcraft. Sorcery. Point 16 F. Fig Marigold Idleness. Point 17 G. Grape, Wild Charity. Point 19 H. Hyacinth Sport. Game. Play. Point 21 I. Indian Jasmine, Ipomoe, Attachment. Point 23 J. Jacob's Ladder Come Down. Point 24 K. Kendia Mental Beauty. Point 25 L. Larkspur, Purple Naughtiness. Point 26 M. Moss Maternal Love. Point 28 N. Nettle Tree Concert. Point 30 O. Osmunda Dreams. 31 P. Periwinkle, Blue Early Friendship. 32 Queen's Rocket. You are the queen of coquettes. Fashion. 35 R. Rose Love. 36 S. Southernwood Jest. Bantering. 38 T. Thrift Sympathy. Point 40 V. Veronica Fidelity. Point 42 W. Wood Sorrel Joy. Maternal Tenderness. Point 43 X. Xeranthemum Cheerfulness Under Adversity. Point 45 Y. U. Sorrow. Point 46 Z. Zephyr Flower Expectation. Point 47. End of the Project Gutenberg ebook. Language of Flowers. Updated editions will replace the previous one. The old editions will be renamed. Creating the works from print editions not protected by U.S. copyright law means that no one owns a United States copyright in these works, so the Foundation, and you, can copy and distribute it in the United States without permission and without paying copyright royalties. Special rules, set forth in the general terms of use part of this license, apply to copying and distributing Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works to protect the Project Gutenberg trademark concept and trademark. Project Gutenberg is a registered trademark, and may not be used if you charge for an ebook, except by following the terms of the trademark license, including paying royalties for use of the Project Gutenberg trademark. If you do not charge anything for copies of this ebook, complying with the trademark license is very easy. You may use this ebook for nearly any purpose such as creation of derivative works, reports, performances, and research. Project Gutenberg ebooks may be modified and printed and given away. You may do practically anything in the United States with ebooks not protected by U.S. copyright law. Redistribution is subject to the trademark license, especially commercial redistribution. Start, full license. The full Project Gutenberg license. Please read this before you distribute or use this work to protect the Project Gutenberg trademark mission of promoting the free distribution of electronic works, by using or distributing this work, or any other work associated in any way with the phrase Project Gutenberg. You agree to comply with all the terms of the full Project Gutenberg trademark license available with this file or online at www.gutenberg.org/license. Section 1. General Terms of Use and Redistributing Project Gutenberg Trademark Electronic Works. 1.a. By reading or using any part of this Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work, you indicate that you have read, understand, agree to and accept all the terms of this license and intellectual property, trademark/copyright, agreement. If you do not agree to abide by all the terms of this agreement, you must cease using and return or destroy all copies of Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works in your possession. If you paid a fee for obtaining a copy of or access to a Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work and you do not agree to be bound by the terms of this agreement, you may obtain a refund from the person or entity to whom you paid the fee as set forth in paragraph 1.e.8. 1.b. Project Gutenberg is a registered trademark. It may only be used on or associated in any way with an electronic work by people who agree to be bound by the terms of this agreement. There are a few things that you can do with most Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works even without complying with the full terms of this agreement. See paragraph 1.c below. There are a lot of things you can do with Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works if you follow the terms of this agreement and help preserve free future access to Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works. See paragraph 1.e below. 1.c. The Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation, the foundation or PGLOF, owns a compilation copyright in the collection of Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works. Nearly all the individual works in the collection are in the public domain in the United States. If an individual work is unprotected by copyright law in the United States and you are located in the United States, we do not claim a right to prevent you from copying, distributing, performing, displaying, or creating derivative works based on the work as long as all references to Project Gutenberg are removed. Of course, we hope that you will support the Project Gutenberg trademark mission of promoting free access to electronic works by freely sharing Project Gutenberg trademark works in compliance with the terms of this agreement for keeping the Project Gutenberg trademark name associated with the work. You can easily comply with the terms of this agreement by keeping this work in the same format with its attached full Project Gutenberg trademark license when you share it without charge with others. 1.d. The copyright laws of the place where you are located also govern what you can do with this work. Copyright laws in most countries are in a constant state of change. If you are outside the United States, check the laws of your country in addition to the terms of this agreement before downloading, copying, displaying, performing, distributing or creating derivative works based on this work or any other Project Gutenberg trademark work. The Foundation makes no representations concerning the copyright status of any work in any country other than the United States. 1.e. Unless you have removed all references to Project Gutenberg, 1.e.1. The following sentence, with active links to, or other immediate access to, the full Project Gutenberg trademark license must appear prominently whenever any copy of a Project Gutenberg trademark work, any work on which the phrase Project Gutenberg appears, or with which the phrase Project Gutenberg is associated, is accessed, displayed, performed, viewed, copied or distributed. This ebook is for the use of anyone anywhere in the United States and most other parts of the world at no cost and with almost no restrictions whatsoever. You may copy it, give it away or reuse it under the terms of the Project Gutenberg license included with this ebook or online at www.gutenberg.org. If you are not located in the United States, you will have to check the laws of the country where you are located before using this ebook. 1.e.2. If an individual Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work is derived from texts not protected by U.S. copyright law, does not contain a notice indicating that it is posted with permission of the copyright holder, the work can be copied and distributed to anyone in the United States without paying any fees or charges. If you are redistributing or providing access to a work with the phrase Project Gutenberg associated with or appearing on the work, you must comply either with the requirements of paragraphs 1.e.1 through 1.e.7 or obtain permission for the use of the work and the Project Gutenberg trademark as set forth in paragraphs 1.e.8 or 1.e.9. 1.e.3. If an individual Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work is posted with the permission of the copyright holder, your use and distribution must comply with both paragraphs 1.e.1 through 1.e.7 and any additional terms imposed by the copyright holder. Additional terms will be linked to the Project Gutenberg trademark license for all works posted with the permission of the copyright holder found at the beginning of this work. 1.e.4. Do not unlink or detach or remove the full Project Gutenberg trademark license terms from this work, or any files containing a part of this work or any other work associated with Project Gutenberg trademark. 1.e.5. Do not copy, display, perform, distribute or redistribute this electronic work, or any part of this electronic work, without prominently displaying the sentence set forth in paragraph 1.e.1 with active links or immediate access to the full terms of the Project Gutenberg trademark license. 1.e.6. You may convert to and distribute this work in any binary, compressed, marked up, non-proprietary or proprietary form, including any word processing or hypertext form. However, if you provide access to or distribute copies of a Project Gutenberg trademark work in a format other than plain vanilla ASCII or other format used in the official version posted on the official Project Gutenberg trademark website, www.gutenberg.org, you must, at no additional cost, fee, or expense to the user, provide a copy, a means of exporting a copy, or a means of obtaining a copy upon request, of the work in its original plain vanilla ASCII or other form. Any alternate format must include the full Project Gutenberg trademark license as specified in paragraph 1.e.1. 1.e.7. Do not charge a fee for access to, viewing, displaying, performing, copying or distributing any Project Gutenberg trademark works unless you comply with paragraph 1.e.8 or 1.e.9. 1.e.8. You may charge a reasonable fee for copies of or providing access to or distributing Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works provided that, you pay a royalty fee of 20% of the gross profits you derive from the use of Project Gutenberg trademark works calculated using the method you already use to calculate your applicable taxes. The fee is owed to the owner of the Project Gutenberg trademark, but he has agreed to donate royalties under this paragraph to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation. Royalty payments must be paid within 60 days following each date on which you prepare, or are legally required to prepare, your periodic tax returns. Royalty payments should be clearly marked as such and sent to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation at the address specified in Section 4, Information about donations to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation. You provide a full refund of any money paid by a user who notifies you in writing, or by email, within 30 days of receipt that he does not agree to the terms of the full Project Gutenberg trademark license. You must require such a user to return or destroy all copies of the works possessed in a physical medium and discontinue all use of and all access to other copies of Project Gutenberg trademark works. You provide, in accordance with paragraph 1.f.3, a full refund of any money paid for a work or a replacement copy, if a defect in the electronic work is discovered and reported to you within 90 days of receipt of the work. You comply with all other terms of this agreement for free distribution of Project Gutenberg trademark works. 1.e.9. If you wish to charge a fee or distribute a Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work or group of works on different terms than are set forth in this agreement, you must obtain permission in writing from the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation, the manager of the Project Gutenberg trademark. Contact the Foundation as set forth in Section 3 below. 1.f.1.f.1. Project Gutenberg volunteers and employees expend considerable effort to identify, do copyright research on, transcribe and proofread works not protected by U.S. copyright law in creating the Project Gutenberg trademark collection. Despite these efforts, Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works, and the medium on which they may be stored, may contain defects, such as, but not limited to, incomplete, inaccurate or corrupt data, transcription errors, a copyright or other intellectual property infringement, a defective or damaged disk or other medium, a computer virus, or computer codes that damage or cannot be read by your equipment. 1.f.2. Limited warranty, disclaimer of damages, except for the right of replacement or refund described in paragraph 1.f.3, the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation, the owner of the Project Gutenberg trademark, and any other party distributing a Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work under this agreement, disclaim all liability to you for damages, costs, and expenses, including legal fees. You agree that you have no remedies for negligence, strict liability, breach of warranty or breach of contract except those provided in paragraph 1.f.3. You agree that the foundation, the trademark owner, and any distributor under this agreement will not be liable to you for actual, direct, indirect, consequential, punitive, or incidental damages even if you give notice of the possibility of such damage. 1.f.3. Limited right of replacement or refund. If you discover a defect in this electronic work within 90 days of receiving it, you can receive a refund of the money, if any, you paid for it by sending a written explanation to the person you received the work from. If you received the work on a physical medium, you must return the medium with your written explanation. The person or entity that provided you with the defective work may elect to provide a replacement copy in lieu of a refund. If you received the work electronically, the person or entity providing it to you may choose to give you a second opportunity to receive the work electronically in lieu of a refund. If the second copy is also defective, you may demand a refund in writing without further opportunities to fix the problem. 1.f.4. Except for the limited right of replacement or refund set forth in paragraph 1.f.3, this work is provided to you as is, with no other warranties of any kind, express or implied, including but not limited to warranties of merchantability or fitness for any purpose. 1.f.5. Some states do not allow disclaimers of certain implied warranties or the exclusion or limitation of certain types of damages. If any disclaimer or limitation set forth in this agreement violates the law of the state applicable to this agreement, the agreement shall be interpreted to make the maximum disclaimer or limitation permitted by the applicable state law. The invalidity or unenforceability of any provision of this agreement shall not void the remaining provisions. 1.f.6. Indemnity. You agree to indemnify and hold the foundation, the trademark owner, any agent or employee of the foundation, anyone providing copies of Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works in accordance with this agreement, and any volunteers associated with the production, promotion, and distribution of Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works, harmless from all liability, costs, and expenses, including legal fees, that arise directly or indirectly from any of the following which you do or cause to occur. A. Distribution of this or any Project Gutenberg trademark work. B. Alteration, modification, or additions or deletions to any Project Gutenberg trademark work, and C. Any defect you cause. Section 2. Information about the mission of Project Gutenberg trademark. Project Gutenberg trademark is synonymous with the free distribution of electronic works in formats readable by the widest variety of computers including obsolete, old, middle-aged, and new computers. It exists because of the efforts of hundreds of volunteers and donations from people in all walks of life. Volunteers and financial support to provide volunteers with the assistance they need are critical to reaching Project Gutenberg trademark's goals and ensuring that the Project Gutenberg trademark collection will remain freely available for generations to come. In 2001, the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation was created to provide a secure and permanent future for Project Gutenberg trademark and future generations. To learn more about the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation and how your efforts and donations can help, see sections 3 and 4 and the Foundation information page at www.gutenberg.org. Section 3. Information about the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation. The Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation is a non-profit 501(c)(3) educational corporation organized under the laws of the state of Mississippi and granted tax-exempt status by the Internal Revenue Service. The Foundation's EIN or Federal Tax Identification Number is 64-6221541. Contributions to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation are tax-deductible to the full extent permitted by U.S. federal laws and your state's laws. The Foundation's business office is located at 809 North 1500 West, Salt Lake City, Utah 841-16808-596-1887. Email contact links and up-to-date contact information can be found at the Foundation's website and official page at www.gutenberg.org/contact section 4. Information about donations to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation. Project Gutenberg trademark depends upon and cannot survive without widespread public support and donations to carry out its mission of increasing the number of public domain and licensed works that can be freely distributed in machine-readable form accessible by the widest array of equipment including outdated equipment. Many small donations, $1 to $5,000, are particularly important to maintaining tax-exempt status with the IRS. The Foundation is committed to complying with the laws regulating charities and charitable donations in all 50 states of the United States. Compliance requirements are not uniform and it takes a considerable effort, much paperwork, and many fees to meet and keep up with these requirements. We do not solicit donations in locations where we have not received written confirmation of compliance. To send donations or determine the status of compliance for any particular state, visit www.gutenberg.org/donate. While we cannot and do not solicit contributions from states where we have not met the solicitation requirements, we know of no prohibition against accepting unsolicited donations from donors in such states who approach us with offers to donate. International donations are gratefully accepted, but we cannot make any statements concerning tax treatment of donations received from outside the United States. U.S. laws alone swamp our small staff. Please check the Project Gutenberg web pages for current donation methods and addresses. Donations are accepted in a number of other ways including checks, online payments, and credit card donations. To donate, please visit www.gutenberg.org/donate. Section 5. General information about Project Gutenberg Trademark Electronic Works. Professor Michael S. Hart was the originator of the Project Gutenberg trademark concept of a library of electronic works that could be freely shared with anyone. For 40 years, he produced and distributed Project Gutenberg trademark ebooks with only a loose network of volunteer support. Project Gutenberg trademark ebooks are often created from several printed editions, all of which are confirmed as not protected by copyright in the U.S. unless a copyright notice is included. Thus, we do not necessarily keep ebooks in compliance with any particular paper edition. Most people start at our website, which has the main PG search facility, www.gutenberg.org. This website includes information about Project Gutenberg trademark, including how to make donations to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation, how to help produce our new ebooks, and how to subscribe to our email newsletter to hear about new ebooks. Back. 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 back, 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 back. E-text prepared by Chuck Grief from page images generously made available by Internet Archive, http://www.archive.org, Language of Flowers. The Language of Flowers illustrations. The full Project Gutenberg license.